What's up, everybody? Johnny B here with the Worship Nugs podcast. We're bringing you the fresh revelation, word of the Lord, word of knowledge. No, not really, but we are on a quest just to find the next great leadership thought or leadership nugget, something that will help us. I was just telling my new friend Bodie that we're working with Chick-fil-A. We're unofficially sponsored by the Lord's Chicken. We should have brought the cup in the shop, but we won't because, again, it's unofficial. We're not on the payroll yet, but I'm believing by faith. If you've got a prayer list, add me to that. But we're here with Bodie today. We're hanging out. I'm going to tell you how I got connected to your music here in a second. It's a super crazy story, but we're here in Nashville at the Dove Awards. If you Google Doves, make sure it doesn't take you to the shampoo because that happened to me. I was trying to find GMA. Well, I know now it's GMA Dove Awards on Instagram, but I was trying to find their Instagram, and it kept taking me to the soap.
Very different.
It's very. I mean, we hope that you're clean, right?
Yeah.
Like it's clean all the way around. But we're here in Nashville at the Dove Awards, just hanging out, and he had about 15 minutes. We said, hey, let's just spill the tea for Jesus and chat for a minute. But the way that I got connected to your music, I jokingly tell people that I'm like your granddad because I'm probably older than you. I just turned 40, 20 times 2. But I was at church. I'm a worship pastor at our church. That's my day job. And someone walked out. It was the year you were on The Voice. And they were like, hey, I could have swore I saw you on The Voice. I'm like,
that's
bro.
So funny.
And so I had to Google you. And of course, you're way better looking and like a foot taller. I'm like, what? But I think it's just the beanie vibe or whatever. Yeah. And it's so funny that you wore a beanie today. But yeah, so I Googled you. I was like, this guy, he's a real deal. So, and it's just been cool to watch your story ever since. And so we're going to chat about a little bit about that. But yeah, man. So I know you just came off tour.
Yep.
A lot of Waffle House.
Not one.
What?
In fact, we went today.
Oh no.
And it was closed. So what? I've had 0 Waffle House.
Oh my gosh, dude.
I'm 0 for 1.
Right I know. I know when we chatted at the K-Loves, I asked you your order, and the All-Star is the way to go.
It's
it cannot be matched. I think if the Lord was to have his Last Supper today,
it would be. Yeah.
Okay.
3 a.m.
That's a hot take.
It's a weird hot take.
Yeah. But tell me about tour. I know it's kind of like a split.
Mm-hmm.
We're different artists, but just kind of as you're coming off. It was yesterday the last day.
Yeah, last night was our last show.
Dude,
yeah.
How are you awake?
I'm super tired.
Oh my gosh,
yeah.
Dude. People, that's the thing people don't like. It's a lot of coffee, a lot of Jesus, a lot of power naps. But yeah, so as you're kind of fresh off the heels of tour, just tell us, man, give us some highlights, some things maybe you weren't expect, like, oh wow, I didn't know it was going to be this way. But yeah, just kind of tell us all about tour.
Yeah, I got to go on a 6 or 7 show run with Elevation Rhythm.
Nice.
And did that, bang, 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 bang. Had a few days off in New York, brought my family out, my kids, my wife. We got to kind of recover for a few days. The first time they'd ever been to the city, so that was super fun. And then I hit the road for 14 more shows with Seth Schlueter, and just finished last night in Virginia Beach. We did 10 shows in 11 days.
Yeah.
Took 3 days off, went home, and then came back and banged out 4 more. And it was wonderful. It's my first time being on a bus. I'd never done a bus tour before, so I learned a lot. I slept horribly almost every night, dude. But I learned. Now I know the things I need, the things to avoid. Me and my guitar player, who I brought on tour, both got bronchitis for almost the whole runs. It was a grind to survive and get through. And something I continue to do as long as I can is I stay after every single show and meet every single person that wants to say hey.
Yeah. And
so doing that amongst being recovering from being sick and doing 21 shows in 30 days, it was a grind, but it was the best. It was so fun.
Dude, I love that. Couple of takeaways, quick questions. How did you have to pronounce Seth's last name? I can't even say it. Schlueter.
He says Seth Schlueter rhymes with Peter.
Okay.
Yeah.
That would be it. I would have to practice in the mirror. I'm not going to get this guy's name
It's
wrong.
easy. Just Peter.
Number 2, have you ever counted how many again and agains there are in Goodbye Yesterday?
I've never counted, but there's probably at least 45. There's a lot of them.
We have a mutual friend in Gracie, and we were at the K-Loves. I jokingly asked her, I said, did you know that Goodbye Yesterday is the same BPM as the Cotton Eye Joe?
No way.
Yeah, so we do a lot of summer camps. That's no buses there. You're in church vans, right?
Yeah.
And so we were at this summer camp, and we were trying to get the kids to connect. And one of the students said, "Hey, can we do the Cotton Eye Joe to the song as you're doing it?" And I was like, "Yeah." And so We
That's
filmed it
so
and it
funny.
it went viral or whatever, and on Instagram. And so I told Gracie about it, and so you'll never unknow that now.
That's
so
so
the
good.
next tour, the world tour that you guys do
That's
together,
so good.
you're gonna be like, oh man, Cotton Eye Joe. But yeah, I have a little bit of experience on a bus. It's not about me, but this story's worth telling. The first year me and my wife were married, we got a call to do a tour with like this kids ministry, and he set it up, bro. Like he had us sold before he gave us the real information. He's like, we're gonna go over the country, XYZ, all these kids, blah blah blah. And he was like, but I was like, okay, what's the but? He goes, you have to be a pirate. Like it's a pirate show for kids. So you've got to this is back when like Deep Cries Out was the jam. It's like, you've got to sing Deep Cries Out every night as a pirate.
Insane.
And I was like, okay. But so we were on a bus. And so I get a little bit of we watch musicals on the bus the whole tour.
That's insane.
And I still have nightmares about the pirate costume at night.
It's a very different experience.
Yeah, very different. Yeah. But you mentioned your family got to come with you.
Yeah.
So you've got how many
I have 3 kids.
Come on, dude.
Just celebrated 10 years of marriage.
Come on.
Got an 8-year-old, 6-year-old, 5-year-old.
Come on.
And it's amazing. My wife's actually flying into Nashville, I think right now, a couple hours.
That's amazing. Yeah. So like when you're home, I know like dad mode is like, it literally is a whole thing. So like when you're home, like how do you kind of, I know it's difficult to like maybe like shut off the road and kind of get back in that mode. So is there practical things that you do just to kind of get back into that space, like, less time on Instagram or different things that you do like to jump back into that space?
I think I just try and be mindful of where my focus is, because I don't just do music. I'm a worship pastor at university. I teach at university, and we have some other entrepreneurial things we do too. So we're constantly doing something. Yeah. And so this is the busiest I've ever been. And as the music side starts to take more and more of my time and my focus, now we've really had to kind of start developing like, how long is too long that I'm away, and when I'm home, so for instance, we had a 3-day break before these last 4 shows with Seth, and I was like, I'm not telling anyone I'm home. I'm gonna drop off and pick up the kids from school with my wife every day. We're gonna go to every single we have 3 kids all doing 2 to 3 extracurriculars. So I was like, I'm going to all of them, Yeah. And so that was more extreme because I was like, nothing else matters but being with my family right now. But when I'm back after Doves, I get to be home for a bit. I have a couple one-offs, but no more touring for the year. It's just going to be just being super mindful, man. Yeah, like so good. Just making sure when my kids want my attention, I give them my attention.
Come on, dude.
I had a friend actually on another podcast talking to me because his dad was a traveling evangelist his whole life. And we kind of talked about the guilt that comes, with traveling and leaving your kids, and they don't get it. And so they're like, we miss you. Why aren't you home? And that you can't help but feel guilty, even if you're confident in your calling. Sure. And he's like, I never had resentment towards my dad because he was gone 5 days a week, every single week for like his whole life. He's like, but whenever he was home, he made memories. And like, he had moments with me that I remember, instead of just a dad who's works 9 to 5, he's home every day, but he's dad's home. So it's like, but he was intentional in making moments that lasted. And so that's kind of a big thing for us. Is like, when I'm home, I'm not going to come home and spoil him, and create that kind of expectation, but just being very aware, like, hey, I'm going to take my son. If I have a one-off a show an hour away, I'll just take my son, or like make moments that they'll remember and that'll like mean so much more than just being home laying on the couch, Yeah,
I love that. I had a mentor one time tell me, they said the Holy Spirit oftentimes will sound like your spouse. And you mentioned you guys kind of had to have conversations like, how long is too long? Have you found that to be true, that like your wife sometimes will be the one to kind of help create those guards? I know with we do way less than you, but like my wife, she'll tell me straight up, like, bro, like, we need to pull back, like, totally. And I've noticed it's the Lord 9 times out of 10, right? It's the Lord through them. Have you had that same experience? My
wife's so wise. It's so frustrating.
We can't tell them that though.
Like, oh my gosh, she knows everything. There's been certain circumstances where I'm like, I don't even want to ask your opinion because I know you're going to say the opposite, and I know you're right because you hear from the Lord so much. Yeah. And then she'll speak her mind. She's like, "Are you mad?" I'm like, "Yeah, but you're right." Yeah. Or she'll be like, "You should go talk to your pastor about this." I'm like, "Why? He's just going to tell me you're right." Like, I know. Yeah. So 100%.
My wife's Latina too, so it's like extra.
Mine's Mexican.
Come on, dude. So you get it, dude. Yeah. But man, like, so she's so super wise, and like, I'm like, okay, if she feels strongly about something, I'm like, the Lord's probably moving. So, but no, I love that, man. Well, we're here at the Doves. My buddy Chad over here, he helps kind of oversee an organization called 90s Worship Night, which does like a ton of like throwback songs. So I wanted to chat, number one, about Christian music and just kind of what that means for you. Like I know I go as far back as the No Skip portable CD players. You probably don't go that far. Yeah, I know your album's called No Skips, right?
And I delivered them on No Skip CD players to like the different label people.
No way, dude. That is the best ever, bro. People don't know the struggle now. Like, mom, slow down. You're driving the minivan too fast. The CD is skipping. Like, crazy. You can't hit that bump, mom. But yeah, so kind of twofold. Number one, just kind of what Christian music has meant to you in your life growing up. And is there any like older songs? Like, did you grow up, Shouts to the Lord comes to mind.
Yeah.
Like some of those old songs that maybe you can kind of go back in time for a minute and say it was these songs or these artists that kind of helped kind of create who you are today.
Yeah, totally. I think on the Christian side, funny you're wearing them, but like I'm diving in, I'm going deep. Like I'm actually referencing that, and I'm doing a little freestyle rap at the Dove Awards tomorrow, and I reference Stephen Curtis in my rap. It's pretty funny. But that song, my mom was a children's pastor most of my childhood, and it was in a really cool church where she like would just write curriculum, and it was this was 15 plus years ago, 20 years ago, and so like. Children's production ministry was still kind of a new concept, and she was kind of on the forefront of that. Yeah. So I remember like we always had like the Christian rock bands, like I can't even think of what would that have been. That would have been like early 2000s. But who are some crazy rock bands for that?
Skillet. So Skillet used to play. They used to play our skating ring, like in the suburbs of Atlanta.
Crazy.
Third Day. They're some friends of ours, which is crazy because like. I'm sure you've experienced some of this too, like some of these guys that like W. Smith, Tim Chapman, that you grew up listening to, and you find yourself in a room with them, and you're kind of pinching yourself, like, how is this?
It's such a small circle, and I'm new. I will say one other band before I change the subject. Lifehouse is one that I was just listening.
Did you do the drama?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, every youth group.
Come on, bro. I got saved.
I was actually just on Jason Wade's Instagram this morning. I was like, I wonder if he's still, and they're still doing stuff. His voice is just as amazing as ever. I'm like, I love this. His sister was actually my 4th grade teacher, and she wrote in my yearbook on the last day, "Good luck to your 5th grade teacher." That's all she wrote. So shout out Mrs. Sauer. I've tried to find her online since, can't find her. So if you're watching this, you're really mean. And I was a horrible student, so I guess that's fair.
Next album, good luck. No skips, good luck.
Good luck. But yeah, as far as Christian music and its impact on me, it's interesting because I grew up in LA. Like I said, my mom was a children's pastor. My dad, for my early childhood, was a touring bass player in a rock band, and not a Christian rock band, and ended up laying that down just to be home, be a dad. And so I grew up on secular music. Like I had a love for, bands like Third Day. I remember seeing them live and seeing Mercy Me, and I love those. But like I really didn't fall in love with the Christian music scene until I joined it a couple of years ago.
Wow.
And it's really interesting because I've always been a fan, and I've been a worship leader since I was 12. Like that's been my life. Like I studied it in college, and now I teach at that college, teaching those courses. Like worship leading and Christian music has been in my life forever. But what I've taken inspiration from over the years, and what I continue to take for inspiration, primarily is secular music. So it's actually interesting coming back into the Christian, the Christian music scene. And from the outside looking in, I never really thought it was as distinguished as it was. And now that I'm in, I'm like, oh, there's a significant community, and it's really special. And the more rooms I'm in, I'm like, wow, I just shook hands with David Crowder, and I've been singing his songs in youth group for years and years. And
his spirit is real.
Yeah, and his beard is real. Yeah. And so yeah, it's been really wonderful to kind of, like I said, I've always loved and I've always honored Christian music, but I've never really understood like how wonderful the community is and the industry is. And now I'm really seeing, because I'm a part of it, how shaping we are to culture and how much opportunity we have to help. I was talking to someone at our show last night. He has like a TV network in the Christian realm, and he was saying, music shapes culture, and how the Christian music scene has the opportunity to fight, the secular culture with just what we do. And I don't know if this is what he said, and maybe it's true, but he said that Christian artists probably bring more young kids to church than anything else. And whether that's true or not, I believe there's probably a lot of truth to that. So good. And I'm like, wow, what an honor. And these are things, we know Christian music has so much power, and Christian music obviously has the power of the Holy Spirit when it's anointed and when it's written with a pure heart. But man, the idea of like, we're pointing people back to the bride, which is really a special thing that I've never really looked at it. I understand, but I've never really looked at it through that lens of like, wow, how can I be more deliberate and more intentional in how I write and how I present my music? If I'm thinking not only is this music bringing the truth, but maybe it's going to help be a vehicle to get people back into church.
Yeah, I love that. I love that, man. Well, a couple more questions for you, just because I'm a worship leader too, and I kind of get that vibe. And I know, like, even when we're on the road, it's always kind of those moments of worship that kind of bring the room together. There's just something different, right? It's corporate, right?
Yeah.
But as a worship leader, this is me curious. No one phoned this question in. This is for me. What's like a go-to worship song? If you're to put, like, this is on the spot, so feel free to be like, I have no idea. Like, if you were to put like 3 or 4 worship songs in a set right now, like just a go-to worship set, and why it's Glorious Day? I'm kidding.
Are we being strategic? Like a song 1, a song 2?
Yeah. A response, for the altar call.
My song 1.
We're doing this on Sunday, by the way. So no, I'm kidding. Yeah.
I really like Move of God, SE worship. David Ryan Cook's one of my best friends. He actually worship pastors at the church that I've been serving at for 6 years. So we've been leading together for years and love the dude. So anything that he writes, I love. So I'd say like Move of God's a good song 1. Yeah. It's still fresh. Sure. I would say like a praise or a Goodbye Yesterday, but I've sang those songs hundreds. We've sang those songs hundreds of. Move of God, I would say. Number 2, maybe Earth Sings Worthy.
Yeah.
You made everything, like upbeat version of that.
Yeah.
And then maybe like At the Altar. Or maybe like tag like Great Are You Lord or something.
Cry.
Or even like Worthy of It All, like something in that realm.
Come on. Fire. So good. Worthy of It All, bro. You can almost put it
big win.
If you're in 4/4, just tag it.
Worthy of It All, 4/4, Great Are You Lord, 6/8.
6/8. If the room's not moving, like have the MD to say call it out.
Yep. And then smack them with and throw up my hands, praise you again and again.
We actually yesterday we did that. We went out of The Lord Will Provide by Passion. We did How He Loves because we're old school. And then somehow we ended up into, I was like, why don't we just throw up by, we just got there, whatever. And then I know you do a cover of What a God.
Yeah. That's my go-to. That's my favorite song right now.
Yeah.
For obvious reasons. It's just a wonderful
It's so good. Yeah. And the bridge, man, so we actually tag out of the bridge. We'll go into the Bridge of Holy Ground by Passion.
Oh, that's cool.
Your vows. Yeah. Dude. It's banger. It's cool. Last couple questions, and then we'll let you go. I know you have a super busy week. We have to check our kids into First Kids Ministry here. No, I'm kidding. Shout out Nashville First Baptist Church. This or that, just real quick. So you're on tour. When you're on the road, is it playlists or podcasts or kind of both? Where are you at in life?
Listening,
you're listening.
Neither, dude.
Really?
I'm TV show or nothing.
Really?
There's so much music.
Okay.
And so I like to not have music.
Sure.
It's a weird answer. But
no, I think I know I'm in my dad era because I just want a quiet podcast.
Yeah.
Or a book on tape. Not on tape.
I'm really into
Bible
Project. The app Bible Project.
Yeah.
Has tons of stories and podcasts.
Is that sponsorship? No.
No, I just discovered. I feel like I'm late to the party.
I love it.
I pulled that out a few times. But yeah, most of the time, dude, I'm on the bus, Fortnite, FaceTime my kids and my wife, go to sleep. There's not a lot of listening to music.
Yeah.
It's weird.
I love that. No, less and less I'm going to an audiobook or something. Okay, let's see. I have a couple more. Coffee at home or coffee at a shop?
Home.
Home?
Which is ironic because I'm actually opening a coffee shop in a couple weeks with my wife. But
let's go.
Hey, it's cheaper at home, man.
Come on, dude.
I just like black coffee.
Okay, yeah.
If I go to I like Starbucks. I'm just gonna say it.
Yeah,
I'll get a sugar-free latte, sugar-free vanilla latte.
Skinny, bro. Skinny.
Yeah, I'll get oat milk in there.
I feel judged, but it's fine.
Whatever.
It's the basic white girl drink.
But that's if I want to spend $6. I'm happy to just spend 35 cents at home.
Yeah.
Black coffee.
Yeah.
It's gonna wake me up.
Yeah. No, dude. Listen, our first year of marriage, I looked at our finance. My wife does the finances because she's way smarter. But I noticed that we spent as much the first in a month at Starbucks as a car payment.
That's insane.
And that I had to go to Jesus.
Yeah, that's insane.
I had to check my heart. I was like, what am I doing? This is water and beans. And then last one, and I think I know the answer because you're a West Coast guy. My wife's from the West Coast. California girls are unforgettable. Katy Perry was right when she spoke that. So I've lived in Cali. I know the whole spiel. So I think I know the answer to this, but I'm going to ask it anyway. Whataburger or In-N-Out?
Bro, come on.
Double.
In-N-Out.
Let's go.
That's like saying Ferrari or
Chevy. Chevrolet. Yeah. I will say though, no tea or shade to Whataburger because their breakfast, if you ever get the chance and you don't have anywhere to be for the rest of the day, because it will take you out. It'll send you right back to bed.
Yeah.
But Whataburger breakfast, they have like these breakfast burritos.
Sick.
They're so good. Or they do like this breakfast in a cup that's essentially like biscuits and gravy with grits and eggs.
Sounds
and
like
more
a heart
gravy
attack.
in
Oh
a cup. So not only is it delicious, but you can, if you're daring, you can eat this while you drive.
That's crazy.
It's
I'm
like
not trying to
food.
slurp my breakfast ever.
It is the
here's the Whataburger versus In-N-Out thing. Okay, because I do this on my story. It's probably the most engagement I ever get on Instagram is when I bring up Whataburger versus In-N-Out, because I have so many fans that love Whataburger.
Yeah, it's a hot topic.
Here's the thing. This is my argument, because people are like, you have to try this honey chicken biscuit, whatever this. We're not talking about that. We're talking about burger, because In-N-Out only does one thing.
Yeah.
We're talking about burger. We're not talking about stupid spicy ketchup. I don't care. I don't care.
You can buy it at the store if really if you want.
I don't care. Yeah. We're talking about burger versus burger. I did a side-by-side on tour, last tour. He was there. It was laughable. One looked like the cashier smushed his butt cheeks against it, and the In-N-Out burger was like perfect. It was tall. You could crunch the lettuce. The Whataburger was soggy. I ate half of it and threw it in a bush. It was just, it's different. It's not. If we're talking burger versus burger, and then people come in and be like, "You really think In-N-Out's the best burger?" No, but Whataburger is trash when it comes to burgers. Anything else, I'm ignorant. I haven't tried it.
It's trash. Here's a bonus question, and I'm going to ask it at the end, just because if it goes off the rails, I can edit it out, because this question has gone off the rails before. I was at Experience, so we almost connected at Experience Conference in Orlando. I think you flew in when I flew out, but we sat down with a bunch of people, and I asked this question, and it was pretty. It's layered. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to set it up, and this is the very last question. I promise. I'm going to set it up. So say you're at a restaurant, and maybe you're trying to save a few bucks, or maybe you just want to be healthy, right? You got to take care of the bod, right? So you get water, but have you ever put Sprite in that water cup? And part two, is it a sin?
That's good. Well, in my later years of life, I don't drink sugary sodas.
Same, yeah.
And so I feel like it makes it a little bit, it feels even more sinful to do like a dark color, like a Diet Coke in a water cup. Yeah. Right? Because at that point, it's like you're just blatantly not caring. Yeah. Yes, it's a sin.
Okay, yeah, for sure.
But only because we're supposed to obey the law of man. Yeah. Not because it's hurting they're not gonna know.
It's theological. Yeah.
But what I do, and I guess I'm a sinner, is I'll do water and I'll just do like a splash of lemonade just to give me a little taste. So technically that's stealing. But
I'm watching your manager over here. He's taking mental notes. Like, I need to watch this guy at the fountain machine.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, I will say this. I asked somebody that question, and where it went off the rails is they admitted on camera that they put Diet Coke in that cup, and they work for a major label here in Nashville. And so I was like, you know what? I'm going to save your job for you. Yeah. Because Diet Coke, that's disrespectful.
Who was it? We got to out him right now. I'm just kidding.
I'll say disrespectful. But anyway, well, dude, thank you so much for your time, bro. I know it's a crazy week, and you're probably on 3 different time zones at this point. Yes. But thanks for hanging out with us. Yeah. I'm going to say so we've got this phrase that we say at the end, and I'm going to say it, but I'm going to look at you when I say it.
Whataburger sucks.
Yeah. But your reaction is going to let me know if this needs to be the way we close every podcast.
Okay.
Worship Nugs, right? Here we go. Ready? Thanks for watching the Worship Nugs podcast. Stay saucy.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go.